Now that we know Scarlett Johansson is in talks to join the cast of the Batman Part 2 as a potential love interest to Bruce Wayne, I think I finally figured out who the main villain or main villains of the Batman Part 2 needs to be. And they might not be who you think. But that light just hit the sky, and it's not just a call, it's a warning. They think I'm hiding in the crumbs, but I am the crumbs. Cause if they give me crumbs, I'm gonna give y'all a 5-star meal. But either way, me and you know what we gotta do. We gotta talk about it. The more I sat with this and thought about it, I feel like Phantasm is a little bit too obvious. And then I remembered who I want the main villain of the Batman Part 2 to be, and it fits perfectly with who I think Scarlett Johansson could potentially be playing. And in its own way, this theory that I just cooked up could be a spiritual successor to Mask of the Phantasm. Because I do really want the Batman Part 2 to be more Bruce Wayne focused and really dive into the mental psyche of Batman and Bruce Wayne being the actual mask, which I think Mask of the Phantasm dissects his character perfectly. But that leads me back to Vicki Vale. You see, I think Scarlett Johansson is going to be playing Vicki Vale, but not just the regular Vicki Vale, but the quote-unquote villainous Vicki Vale, Lady Arkham, from the Batman Telltale series video game, which I don't know about y'all, I think this is a peak adaptation for Vicki Vale, and also I just thought her storyline was just so compelling. This storyline actually feels very similar to Mask of the Phantasm, in that the love interest to Bruce Wayne is the actual villain, which creates a conflict for both of his masks. Because in this storyline, we're led to believe that she's just regular old Vicki Vale working at the Gotham Gazette in the public eye just like Bruce Wayne. But the big twist is that she was actually born Victoria Arkham, but her parents were murdered by Thomas Wayne, forcing her into adoption, where she was eventually adopted by the Vale family, who abused her, which led to her creating her own path of vengeance against the Wayne family specifically, which is why she takes a keen interest in one Bruce Wayne, where she leads the terrorist organization known as the Children of Arkham to get back at those who wronged her and her family. And what was the first Batman all about? The secret corruption under the city trying to be swept under the rug that the Riddler brings out to the light. So I could definitely see a scenario where you adapt that storyline, but obviously not have Thomas Wayne kill her parents. Now this right here is where I would tweak that origin